Welcome to the Great Plains Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I am serving as your facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our amazing presenters at any point throughout our session today. Second, your camera and microphone are off so we cannot hear or see you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit that registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded. You'll have access to that recording within about a week or so. With that said, I want to introduce our first presenter, Creighton University.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so excited to be with you here this evening. My name is Maggie Franco, and I'm an admissions representative from Creighton University, which is located in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm a proud alum of Creighton, and I'm excited to share the many reasons why I love Creighton and why I think you will too. I do want to let you know that I'm the only one from Creighton on this evening, so if you are asking questions in the Q&A while I'm speaking, just know that I won't get to those until after I'm finished, but I will get to them. So to begin, Creighton is a private Jesuit liberal arts university. The Jesuits are the largest order of Catholic priests. That said, you certainly do not have to be Catholic to attend Creighton or any one of the 27 Jesuit universities in the country. The Jesuits were founded in 1540 by St. Ignatius of Loyola. And as a Jesuit university, Creighton is forming leaders for a more just world by teaching behaviors that reflect critical thought and responsible action on moral and ethical issues. At Creighton, we have over 140 academic programs. We are truly a liberal arts school, and students will receive a well-rounded education taught only by professors. Not any of our courses are taught by teachers' assistants. We have about 4,400 undergraduate students and another 4,400 in our graduate schools. Our student-to-faculty ratios is consistently at 11-1, and our average class size is about 22 to 24 students. 80% of our students come from out of state, and so coming out of state, you'll definitely be in good company. About 7% of our students actually come from Hawaii, fun fact. We have students from all 50 states and over 50, almost 60 different countries. Our undergraduate programs are through our College of Arts and Sciences, the Heider College of Business, and our College of Nursing, which is direct entry. We do have our own dental school, law school, medical school, occupational therapy, pharmacy, PT, PA, NP, and a graduate school that all give preference to our undergraduate students. This is a big deal. For example, the acceptance rate from our undergrad into our medical school is around 50 to 60%, whereas if you're applying from outside of Creighton, that drops down to about 4%. We had 157 students apply to medical school last year, which is more than Princeton, MIT, and Georgetown. So, we really are producing the leaders in healthcare for tomorrow. This is not just a lone kind of statistic. Our acceptance rate for our dental school is also about 65 to 80%. And it goes down to about 6% if you are applying from outside of Creighton grad. So you can really see that, that's going to be seen throughout our professional programs. We have developed an interprofessional approach to education. We offer a team approach when it comes to our healthcare education because we want our students to have, that hands-on learning, experiential learning as part of the healthcare team. We are building a second healthcare system in Phoenix, and it's set to be complete by the end of this year. And when that is completed, we will be the largest Catholic healthcare education provider in the country. As far as research, Creighton was voted one of the top schools in the country for undergraduate research opportunities, and that has been consistent throughout the years. We have about 73% of our students that are completing some form of research throughout their undergrad career. And that means even before freshman year, if you want to get involved in it, you're certainly able to do so. Our Heider College of Business is well connected in the Omaha community, and all of our professors have practical experience. And we even have 6 chartered financial analysts on our staff, which is more than any other business school in the world. We offer 2 practicums on campus, the IJ Apple Store practicum, which is unique to our campus. When business students actually run the Apple Store, which is the only Apple Store on a campus. And then we also have an investment practicum when students invest about 10 million of Creighton's actual endowment, real money. So high stakes and very cool opportunity. Omaha is about a city of 1 million, and there are so many different wonderful characteristics of Omaha. It has been consistently voted the #1 city for paid internships, and there are more internships than we have students. Omaha is home to 4 of the Fortune 500 companies, with about another 50 to 60 in operations there, but it also is full of startups. We have been consistently voted as the #1 city for new college graduates because it's a fun place to live. There are many job opportunities, and the cost of living is really low. On campus, we have over 250 clubs and organizations, including sorority and fraternity life, club and intramural sports, multicultural organizations, and countless leadership opportunities. Students are required to live on campus for the first 2 years. And like I said, 80% of our students are coming from out of state. And so we have a very vibrant residential campus with a national student body. Our students are actively engaged in service, completing about 1.1 to 1.2 million hours of service each year. We also have our own retreat center, which is located about 20 minutes away from campus. As far as athletics, we are Division I, part of the Big East Conference. So at a typical basketball game, we get about 18,000 fans, and all of our students get into all home games for free. We're the host of the College World Series, and so if you not only love to watch, but also love to play, club sports and intramurals are a great option for you. If you can pull yourself away from campus, we offer many different study abroad opportunities, from semester-long trips to faculty-led programs away. In our Global Scholars Program, students actually can be on 4 continents in 4 years, as they spent 2 semesters away and then 2 summers away. We are very proud of our student outcomes. We have a 99% success rate in both our College of Arts and Sciences and our Heider College of Business, and 100% success rate in our College of Nursing. I will note that these are success rates, and so they are working in the area or attending school in the area that they are looking, or that they had intended to go into. So how do you apply? You can apply through the Common application or the Creighton application. We don't prefer one over the other. We did go test optional last year, and we encourage you to apply even if you don't have a test score. Something to note is that, if you feel as though it's a proper representation of your abilities in the classroom, please submit it. Students without test scores are still competitive for admission in merit-based scholarships. So that's all I have for you this evening. It was so wonderful to get to share a little bit about Creighton with you. Please feel to reach out to me if you have any questions. I will put my information in the chat. We are open to campus visitors, so I hope to see you soon. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you, Creighton University. Up next, we have Northeastern State University. And I'm sorry, JM, you are on mute.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I need to start this over. I'm sorry. Okay, my name is J.M. Going Snake, and I am the university representative, diversity focus for Northeastern State University. We are located in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the northeast section of the state. We are a 4-year liberal arts public university. And welcome to NSU. We are originally had our beginnings in 1846. We started off as the Cherokee Female Seminary. Upon statehood in 1909, the state of Oklahoma purchased the building from the Cherokee Nation, and it kind of went under a few different name changes: Northeastern State Normal School, Northeastern State Teachers College, to what we are known as today as Northeastern State University, which we came to that name in 1976. We are the #1 4-year college serving Native Americans. We have the highest enrollment of Native Americans for any public university. And we have tons of resources available for our Native students as well. And we also graduate the highest number of Native students for any public 4-year university. We have 3 campuses. Our main campus is in Tahlequah. It's a rural setting with a population in the town about 15,000. We do have a couple of other campuses in Muskogee, which is our allied health campus, nursing, speech language pathology, health organization, administration are some of the majors that are down there. We have another campus in Broken Arrow, which is for our Tulsa market, and it's finally geared for the continuing students wanting to come back and finish and get their degree. We're the fourth largest university in Oklahoma. 85% of our classes have less than 30 students, and overall our ratio is 18:1. Total enrollment of 7,500 students, with about 5,500 in our undergraduate programs and about 2,000 in our master's programs and our College of Optometry. There's 8 different dining options around campus, 6 different residential halls, and there are virtual tours of our dorms on our YouTube channel, NSU Riverhawks. We have over 20 different intramural activities, 100 plus student organizations. Service as well is something that's very big here at NSU, as well as other philanthropic events. When we logged over hundreds of thousands of hours within the last year of service hours here on campus. We are the only school in Oklahoma that is a member of the International Student Exchange Program. We have partnerships in over 50 countries with up to 300 different opportunities to travel around the globe. We also have faculty-led study abroad programs throughout the school year where students can earn college credit. And benefit of being a member of ISEP is the cost to attend one semester here at NSU is the same cost you'll pay to study abroad for a semester. We are a Division II athletic program with 10 different sports programs, 5 men, 5 women's. We offer 58 undergraduate degrees, 26 master's degrees, as well as having the only optometry program in the state of Oklahoma. There are 23 colleges of optometry across the country, and we have the only one in the area. It's super competitive. We have upwards up to 300 students apply nationwide each year to our College of Optometry. Plenty of scholarship opportunities, President's Leadership Class, honor scholarships as well, general scholarships that we have for our incoming freshmen, as well as transfer and continuing education scholarships. We are the 4th lowest tuition within the state of Oklahoma. We have a Riverhawks Wellness Center that is open to all faculty, staff, and students on our campuses. We also partnered with Northeastern Oklahoma Health Clinic, where there is a physician's assistant on staff. We will cover your copay if ever a student is sick or ill, then they can come in and get checked out. State-of-the-art facility, indoor swimming pool, as well as indoor track and basketball courts. We're recognized as a Tree Campus USA. I think, I'm biased, but I think we have one of the prettiest campuses in the state of Oklahoma, and we are ranked 25th most attractive and affordable campus in the USA. We are number 37 out of 490 campuses, so we are a safe campuses as well. And like I said, we are located in the northeast section of Oklahoma, the town of Tahlequah, which is the capital of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma. There's plenty of hiking and outdoor activities. We are literally minutes away from the Illinois River, as well as Lake Tenkiller. And there's numerous spring-fed creeks and streams in the area as well, and natural waterfalls as well too. So it's a very beautiful here. Fishing, hiking, all of that. Okay, coming up in the summer for admitted students, we have a student orientation, advising registrations, a chance for students to come in and learn about NSU, the next steps that they'll have. They'll get it, speak to an advisor and register for their classes. This is required of all incoming freshmen. We also have an extended 2-day orientation. That's kind of a summer camp vibe. We have hosted on the Illinois River, which is literally 10 minutes from campus. The students get to, meet upperclassmen that come in. They're former RBC attendees. This is a good chance for students to bridge themselves from high school to college and, meet some new people and really get fired up for the fall semester. And the students all get to float the river on the second day. Which leads us up into Welcome Week, which is university traditions, other informative sessions. All right, how do I become a river hawk? For freshmen, the requirement is a 20 in your ACT, a 1030 on the SAT, 2.7 GPA.
And our next presenter is Columbia College, Chicago.
All right, thanks so much. And thank you all for being here this evening. We are so excited to have you, and I am excited to share with you a little bit about Columbia College Chicago. My name is Stephen Barnes, and I am one of the admission counselors here at Columbia. I work specifically with students from Nebraska and Kansas, and then I also have a colleague that works with students from Oklahoma. And by way of introduction, Columbia College Chicago is a mid-size liberal arts college with a focus on the creative industries. And we are located right in the heart of downtown Chicago, so a prime location in the third largest city in the country. A little bit of Columbia by the numbers. We are made up of almost 7,000 students, the vast majority of which are undergraduate students. So that really is our focus, though we do have about 200 or 300 students in a handful of graduate programs as well. Every year, we're bringing in a new class of about 1,700 new freshmen and transfer students to study in our more than 60 undergraduate majors, which I'll talk more about shortly. We are a residential college experience, so about 71% of our students do live on campus in that first year. After that, it's up to you. Many of our students do move off campus to have that big city living experience, living in one of Chicago's many amazing neighborhoods, but you can continue living on campus beyond the first year as well, if you'd like. Also, we are very proud of the diversity of our student body, which we feel reflects the diversity of the city that we're located in. And this is true in a lot of different ways. 42% of our students do identify as students of color, but also 16% of our students are first in their family to go to college. About a third of our students identify as a member of the LGBTQIA population. And we are bringing in students from all 50 states and 60 different countries with our international student population. So it's a beautiful, diverse community of creative students who are here to explore the ways in which they express and the ways in which they are going to, be the authors of their generation, as we like to say. And then finally, you see the average high school GPA there. I do like to stress that that is not a minimum requirement by any means. We are a holistic admission review process, but just to kind of give you a sense of where students are coming in at. Some of the hallmarks of a Columbia education, first, are that hands-on experience in your field from day one. So whatever creative field you decide to study, you will be taking classes in that major from your very first year, in addition to some of our core curriculum requirements as part of that liberal arts education that we provide. We also offer small class sizes, with the average being less than 19 in most cases, and in many cases you'll have classes that are smaller than that as well. And finally, our professors are not just teachers, they are industry professionals working within the fields that they teach. So they are bringing in that current industry knowledge into the classroom and also connecting our students to fantastic opportunities outside the classroom. As I mentioned, we've got over 60 majors to offer. There's a lot to choose from. This is not the full list. I encourage you to go check out colum.edu/majors. But generally speaking, our programs fall within these four sort of buckets: audio, communication and writing, media arts, performing arts, and visual arts and business. In addition to living in the city of Chicago, which has a vibrant cultural community for you to get tapped into in terms of museums and performances and venues and citywide events and cultural events and parades and festivals and things of that nature, we also have a really fantastic student life. We do have more than 70 clubs and organizations, hundreds of events throughout the year. By coming to Columbia, you're obviously going to be pursuing your own creative passions, but you're going to be surrounded by students who are, filmmakers and artists and video game designers. And so your friends are going to be premiering the film that they've been working on. They're going to have gallery openings, performances, demos of new video games they've designed. So these types of events are happening on campus throughout the entire year. And then our residence centers, of course, are created for the creative student in mind, with the creative student in mind as well. And I just like to point this out because we know that Chicago is amazing and has fantastic things going on. And because we're an urban campus, we're not your typical sort of campus environment, but we still have all the typical things you would want out of the college experience. I want to highlight the financial aid aspect. The application process is pretty standard, and I am happy to chat with you about that offline. So I'll show my info here in a second. But I really want to highlight the fact that we are committed to a strong financial aid program. So we really want Columbia to be a financial reality for you. There are basically 3 things you can do to maximize your scholarship potential at Columbia. One is to simply apply for admission and automatically be considered for merit-based scholarship. 2 is to submit the FAFSA to be considered for need-based aid, which is not only federal aid, but also need-based scholarship from Columbia. And finally, we have a talent-based scholarship called the Faculty Recognition Award, which you can be considered for by submitting a portfolio or auditioning. Some of our programs, the BFA and BMUS programs, which are more competitive, require that portfolio or audition for admission to the program, and you would also be considered for that talent-based scholarship. Whereas our more traditional BA and BS programs do not require a portfolio or audition for admission, but you can choose to submit them to be considered for that scholarship. Ultimately, 97% of our freshmen and 96% of our transfer students are receiving aid from Columbia, and you can see those average financial aid packages listed there. I'm going to leave it at that. That was obviously just a very surface level introduction. I want you to reach out to me to get the conversation started, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. You can email or call me. You see our website listed there, and we are all over social media. Check us out at ColumAdmit across Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I look forward to connecting with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Our next presenter is DKU.
There we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Stephen. I am actually a Chicago native myself, so I always enjoy hearing about the city's great options. My name is Lori Bregner, and I am a global recruitment officer with Kunshan University. And I believe that we are the only international school to present this evening. So if you are looking for something totally out of the box, not just out of state, but out of the country for college, Duke Kunshan is a great place to explore. So this is a picture here on the left. You probably recognize this campus. This is the Duke University campus in Durham, North Carolina. It has the iconic Gothic chapel and the beautiful Duke forest surrounding it. But on the right, you may not recognize this campus, and it's very different from most campuses that you've probably toured. We have a beautiful lake in the middle. We have the beautiful Eastern architecture. This is Duke Kunshan University. So this is a really unique option where you would study on both of these gorgeous campuses in 2 countries, China and the United States, and you would earn 2 degrees. So we are a partnership with Duke University, which is consistently ranked one of the top 15 schools, according to US News and World Report. And again, as I said, as a Duke Kunshan student, you would study on the Duke campus your junior year. You would do kind of a reverse study abroad. You'd be guaranteed 1 semester at Duke your junior year. But the majority of the program you would be studying on our campus in China. So we like to say that Duke Kunshan is your gateway to Asia and the rest of the world. So if you are interested in traveling, if you really want to explore Asia, this is a great option for you. I'll talk a little bit more about where we're located within China. So Kunshan is about equidistance between 2 of China's most dynamic cities, Shanghai and Suzhou. And to get there, you would fly into Shanghai Pudong Airport. And of course, here's a beautiful photo of the Bund in Shanghai, one of the most amazing skylines in the world. And I'll tell you a little bit more about Kunshan. So that's where our campus is located. So it is a hub for high-tech research and manufacturing. It's connected by a high-speed train to both Shanghai and Suzhou. And it has a population that's considered small in China of about 1.7 million. So this is a very strategic location. Duke University and the Department of Education in China came together to build this campus from the ground up about a decade ago. And they chose Kunshan because it's a hub for research, manufacturing, entrepreneurship. You might even liken it to a place like Silicon Valley in California. It's also China's greenest and wealthiest province. And the wonderful thing about Kunshan is, as you can see, it's a super modern city, but it also has a lot of beautiful green spaces and parks, and of course, the water that also characterizes our campus. So only a few minutes from campus are also these beautiful ancient Chinese water towns that you can explore. So you really have the best of both worlds. You have super modern Kunshan, Shanghai, Suzhou, but then you can really explore ancient Chinese civilization as well. And again, here's a beautiful picture of the Duke campus in fall. Again, you have one semester at Duke and you earn a Duke University degree. So we have a really unique course schedule. We have a 4-1 academic week, so you're only studying in the classroom Monday through Thursday. We also have an innovative semester schedule where you have 2 sessions per semester, which are concentrated terms with 2 to 3 classes. So instead of taking 4, 5, 6 classes at once, you're really focusing in on what you're learning. We're also incredibly research focused. We have a Global Health Research Institute, an Environmental Science Research Institute on campus. 20% of our students have already participated in research with a professor, and they're doing really important, critical work. Some of our students have worked on looking at the outcomes of air pollution in China on infants and maternal outcomes, looking at COVID-19 research. So very current and important work. Here's a list of our majors, and I'll just pause here for a moment so you can take a look. And let me talk now a little bit about our students. So we have an incredibly diverse student body. We have students from over 30 countries and 6 continents. So I like to say it's kind of like a mini United Nations. And what are we looking for? Obviously, we're looking for students who are really strong academically. Our admission standards are not quite as selective as Duke University, which I believe just released. It had about a 4% admission rate this year, but we are almost as selective. So the middle 50% of our students have between a 31 and a 33 on the ACT and have a 3.9 GPA. Other than just the statistics, we're really looking for students who are adventurous, really open-minded, and want to experience this brand new type of college experience, which is studying in both the United States and China. So I'm coming to a close here, but if this sounds like something really exciting that you're interested in, please feel free to find us on the Common application, and we hope to see your application soon. I've also shared my contact information and our website in the chat box. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DKU. Up next, we have Fort Hays University.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hugo Perez. I am actually the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Fort Hays State University. And let me get my PowerPoint going here. Fort Hays State University, we are located in Western Kansas. If you take a look at the map here, we are situated on I-70, about halfway between Kansas City, Missouri metro area, and Denver. We are the only regional university in the western third of Kansas. When it comes to enrollment, we have about 15,900 students enrolled through Fort Hays. I say through Fort Hays because those are not all the students that are here on the main Fort Hays State campus. We just have under 4,500 undergraduates and graduate students on our campus. We have just under 7,000 students who are enrolled through our FHSU online. And then we have about 28 different international partnerships where we have almost another 4,500 students enrolled, including campuses at CIOS University in Shanghai, Shenyang Normal in China as well. So kind of following off of what DKU does as well, Kunshan. So really interested in that. When it comes to majors and minors at Fort Hays State University, we have about 60 different degree programs that students can be involved with, ranging in 5 of our different colleges. So it can range anywhere from your criminal justice, political science at the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences to almost any type of business area, including tourism and hospitality, to our College of Education, which happens to be one of our largest departments across our campus. We boast some wonderful health and behavioral sciences programs as well. In the state of Kansas, we're one of 2 institutions that have a medical diagnostic imaging bachelor's degree program. And then our Worth College of Science, Technology, and Mathematics is a wonderful college which is putting out students into most pre-professional programs throughout the Midwest and the United States. If you want to find your fit at Fort Hays State, I encourage you to go to the fhsu.edu/majors-minors to get more information about our degrees. Now, what's it going to cost you at Fort Hays State? Well, Fort Hays State is the 4th largest university in the state of Kansas, but we are the most affordable university in the state of Kansas. Here, what you're going to see is a Kansas residence tuition rate. So for a full year, you are looking at $5,449. So that is 30 credit hours, 15 a semester. For an in-state student, you're looking at about $181 a credit hour. We're looking at about $8,374 for a traditional residence hall room. And then thanks to our open educational resources that our instructors are using, our books and supplies has gone down tremendously to about $600 a year. So for a student from Kansas, you're looking at about $14,429. Now, I know we're working with GPACAC students. So we do have students that we do have a contiguous state resident rate as well. So for those border rates for Oklahoma, Nebraska, Missouri, and Colorado, those students are going to pay about $250 a credit hour, or about $7,500 for a full year of tuition here at Fort Hays. So not only we're the most affordable university in the state of Kansas, but for even our neighboring states, we offer a very affordable and reasonable tuition rate for our students. Now, when we get you guys here, we want to make sure that we're getting you some scholarships as well. So our scholarships are going to go our automatic scholarships are going to range anywhere from $1,500 to $3,750. What we're basing these scholarships off of are your GPA and your ACT or SAT scores. Now, if you have time, you can scan that link up there, or you can actually just look up our freshman scholarships, and you can see what type of scholarship you would be awarded based off of your ACT and GPA. So it is a very robust scholarship program that we have for our students to help it be even more affordable for our students. Now, when we get you to campus, we want it to feel like home for you. So several different residential hall options for our students. McMidas and Victor E. Village are the traditional freshman halls, but we also have themed housing. We have scholarship halls, apartment style, as well as suite style halls for our students to be in their home, away from home. We are also an MIAA Division II member. So just like Northeastern State earlier, we participate in the same conference, playing them, Pittsburgh State, Washburn, Northwest Missouri State. We have 8 men's varsity sports as well as 8 women's varsity sports. Here is a lovely picture of Lewis Field 2 falls ago. We're excited to have football back next fall and keep packing out the stadium for us. We also have over 125 different clubs and organizations on our campus. So it can go anywhere from a departmental organization to an honor society to our esports clubs as well. So opportunities for students abound here at Fort Hays State University. Now, we do encourage people to come out and visit Fort Hays State. We are doing in-person visits. You can set up your visit by contacting the university, calling us, or setting it up on our website. You get a chance to meet with your admissions counselor, 1 to 2 different academic departments, and then tour our beautiful campus, which has seen about 8 brand new buildings here in the last 5 years, including 2 new residence halls. When it comes to the checklist, once again, number 1 on the list, come visit. Check us out first on the website and then come visit us, see what we have to offer. Apply for admission, apply for those different scholarships, housing, all sorts of different fun things that are going on at Fort Hays right now. And last but not least, please follow us on social media. That's where you're gonna get the most up-to-date information about Fort Hays State University. Once again, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat or the Q&A, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Fort Hays State University. Up next, University of Missouri.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is John Emery, and I am an admissions rep with the University of Missouri, or Mizzou as we like to say. Just a few of my favorite fun facts as a quick intro to Mizzou. We are the oldest public university west of the Mississippi River. We turned 182 years young this year on Founders Day. We are a registered botanic garden, frequently listed among the most beautiful in America. So that's your everyday backdrop as a Missouri Tiger. You are in one of the most historic, beautiful campuses west of the Mississippi River. We are the home to the original School of Journalism, the very first in the world, still regarded as one of the best in the world, home to the nation's oldest honors college, and the birthplace of the original homecoming tradition. So if you enjoy homecoming at your school, it all started at Mizzou way back in 1911. That's your fun fact of the night. Our hometown is Columbia, Missouri. We're right smack dab in the center of the Show Me State, about a 2-hour drive from Kansas City and a 2-hour drive from St. Louis. So you do have a couple major airports and metropolitan resources in either direction, just down I-70. But in your own backyard, you're living in the quintessential college town, frequently listed among the best in the country. Just a year or two ago, Sports Illustrated called Columbia the 5th best college town in America, and you are right in the heart of it. As a student at Mizzou, the downtown setting, or the district as we call it, actually starts across the street from the north side of campus. So all those restaurants and shops and stores, the boutiques, the music venues, the clubs, the galleries, they're just a few blocks from your dorm. It's a vibrant college town, incredible place to call home. The university itself is the largest in Missouri. We're about 30,000 students right now, approximately 24,000 of which are undergraduates working on that bachelor's degree. Our student body is a very diverse and dynamic group, representing every single state in the nation, every county in Missouri, and at the moment, 128 countries around the world. So you never know who you're going to strike up a friendship with at Mizzou. The third bullet on this slide is a very rare combo. We're one of only 15 schools in the nation that is both an active member of the Association of American Universities, that is the top research collaborative in the US and Canada, and also a land grant institution. Essentially, this means for you as a student, it's a 2-for-1 deal. You are at a world-class research institution, one of the top in the continent, as well as one of the few public AAU schools that's a federal land grant school with that highest commitment to access and affordability. So public school price at a world-class research institution. The application process itself is pretty straightforward. We are a member of Common App, so you will find us there, but the in-house application is a little bit more simplified. The application itself, most students takes them about 15 or 20 minutes. Send us that app. The application fee is $55, and then make sure and send us your high school transcript and your standardized test score. We do accept super score for both admissions and merit scholarships on the ACT and the SAT. And this year we did open up a test optional application as well. We have recently made the decision to extend that into next year. We have what's called rolling admission. This means that starting August 1st, your senior year, You can complete that application at any time. And as soon as you do your part, you complete all the application steps, you are immediately in line for evaluation, and you'll hear back from us within a few days to a few weeks, depending on volume of apps. So the application I mentioned is open on August 1st, your senior year. It will remain open until the end of June. So you have all academic year, even into the summer, to apply. Although I strongly encourage you to get the ball rolling earlier, typically in the fall, so you can make some of those priority deadlines for scholarships. As far as the direction you can take as a Tiger, pretty much any direction you can imagine. We've got about 300-degree programs spread out through 13 schools and colleges. We're one of only 6 public universities in America with a med school, a law school, and a vet school all on one campus. And we have 600 plus student orgs and clubs on campus. So we've got that academic direction that pretty much any direction you can think of. And as far as finding your fit outside the classroom, finding that community on campus, we've got you covered there as well. We also have 20 Division I athletic teams that compete at the highest levels of college athletics. We're in the Southeastern Conference, the SEC. So our student athletes are doing incredible things all the time, and game day is electric. The academic approach we take at Mizzou, called the Missouri method. And essentially this means that you're going to leave us with that world-class AAU degree, but also with a professional resume. Each and every academic department has its own sort of approach to the Missouri method. But when you leave us, you're going to either participate in that research mission or maybe take on a leadership role in a student organization, maybe a professional internship along the way. Bottom line is, at the end of the day, our graduates have a 93.4% successful outcomes rating. For the largest school in the state of Missouri, that's pretty incredible. 30,000 students, about 350,000 living alumni worldwide, 93.4% successful outcomes. Value is also very important to us. You're considered for hundreds of scholarships and grants on campus. We do have one of the most user-friendly residency programs in the nation as well. We are open for in-person visits and plenty of virtual visit programming right now. Please come up and see us. We'd love to welcome you in person to campus or through the screen, whatever works best for you. You're always welcome to reach out, continue the conversation with us. I did put my email in the chat, and our Office of Admissions, the general contact info is on this slide. So thanks again for joining us tonight. Truly appreciate it. Have a great evening.
Thank you, University of Missouri. With that said, that concludes the presentation portion of our session today, but I would like to invite all of our amazing panelists to return. Feel free to turn your camera back on, and we're going to move into the Q&A portion. To all of our attendees, feel free to continue adding questions in that Q&A section. In the meantime, while you're typing up all of your amazing questions, I'm going to go ahead and pose a question to our panelists. To our panelists, feel free to respond to this question in the order in which you presented. So the first question reads, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
You know, it's going to be hard to pick one, but I think it's actually going to have to be the tradition that only a select few get to take part in. And that's going to be a ride on the Golden Elevator. And so in our original building on campus, we have a golden elevator that only the Jesuits have access to. And so only students who have done something really incredible for the university have the chance to ride in the Golden Elevator, which is the oldest working elevator, I believe, in Nebraska, if not the Midwest. So
I would say my favorite tradition is the coin walk that we have for incoming freshmen. Their first week of school, faculty, staff all line the main walkway up into our main building of a seminary hall. And we hand out freshman coins to all those students, and we ask them as a senior to give back that coin to a faculty or staff member that made an impact in their life and help them succeed here at NSU.
Am I next?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's okay, Lori, no worries. At Columbia College Chicago, so, again, being an art school, one of our big traditions and events is at the end of the school year, we have this big urban arts festival called Manifest. It's every May. And it's a big street festival, totally student-powered, student-run, where the students are celebrating in the streets. There are 3 main stages with performances, gallery openings, and things like that. And it's all to celebrate the work of our graduating seniors. So they get to submit, their work or performances. And then we also have a competition for the song of the year written by and performed by students, which then gets attached to the video that celebrates the entire event. And last year it was actually all virtual. So those performances are available online if you want to check that out.
All right, and now it's actually my turn. So my favorite tradition is actually something that happens before you even become a student at Duke Kunshan University. So we are such a unique school that every student that has been admitted, we invite to our admitted student experience. And we've had to go virtual these past 2 springs because of the pandemic. But when it is, when their travel restrictions are not an issue, before we invited all of our admitted students to campus in the spring, and they were able to connect with current, other prospective students, faculty, attend sample classes, and of course, get to know the city of Kunshan and tour around. And we do offer financial assistance for that. So we are hoping just as soon as travel restrictions are lifted in forthcoming classes to continue that tradition.
My actual favorite personal tradition here at Fort Hays State is I'm a big sports guy in attending these different events, but after our fight song plays, we also have a secondary fight song called In Heaven, and it's awesome because we have a alum that will dance at Gross Memorial Coliseum. He will put his tiger head on and he will dance around the entire arena trying to get people up on their feet. And it's not a basketball game until Don Bickle is out there dancing to In Heaven. So that's mine.
Hands down, our favorite tradition at Mizzou is homecoming. I did mention this a few moments ago. Started way back in 1911 with a big football game against the University of Kansas. Our athletic director invited all of the alumni back, and it was a big event. They had a bonfire, a parade, and ended in a riveting 3-3 tie against the Jayhawks. But the tradition stuck. We are recognized by the NCAA as having created that modern homecoming tradition. We've been celebrating for 110 years running. Most schools, they kind of do the week of spirit days at the high school level, maybe a dance and the football game. We dedicate the entire month of October to homecoming. So celebrations, and it's also a major philanthropic effort. Our students and faculty and staff dedicate tens of thousands, over 100,000 hours usually of community service and volunteer work during that time. The nation's largest student-run blood drive happens in homecoming month. So definitely the iconic part of being a Tiger is homecoming.
Nice. Thank you all for sharing. With that said, that concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. So as you exit, the Zoom survey will appear. It's approximately 4 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful for us as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. Also want to encourage you to sign up for additional sessions, so feel free to visit that registration site. And then finally, a recording will be available within about a week or so. With that said, I want to thank our amazing panelists for joining us, but also thank you to all of our amazing attendees for joining us as well. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.